we're back with our canine expert, Maddie Watts, and we have some very interesting demonstrations. Maddie, let's talk a little bit about treats.
Okay.
When do you use them?
I started using treats with her basic obedience when she was a lot younger. And then as she got older, then it becomes a random reinforcement, but it's always a positive. You use them as a positive reinforcement.
Let's talk a little bit about shaping a dog's behavior and what tools you do that with.
Obviously, you can start with collars, and there's all kinds of collars that you can use. They're back there. Flat collars, a good collar to have on a dog. There is another one. It's called a good dog collar, and it's similar to a pinch collar, but it's a little different. And I use this with Dixie on occasion, and it doesn't harm them. It just puts pressure on them, and they actually correct themselves.
Really?
You don't have to correct them. Yeah.
Now, what about the use of shock collars?
Well, yeah, it's not that bad.
No, it's not at all.
No. Shock collars I like for positive reinforcement. A lot of your shock collars will come with a positive button so that you can positive reinforce your dog.
Maddie, let's talk about how Dixie got her vest, because I think it's quite nice, and I'd like to get one for my dog, Axel.
Oh, well, let's see. It's going to take a little while, about 1.5 to 2 years to train, and then once you go through the program, then you get it vest.
So they don't sell it at the local department store?
No, not really. No. These vests are earned.
Now, when she has this vest on, can she go all the same places that guide dogs go?
No. Guide dogs are considered service dogs. And even though Dixie does a service, she is not considered a service dog. So we have to ask special permission for her to go in different places, like on planes and whatnot. They ride with us in the cabin. They don't ride underneath for safety issues. We spend a lot of time with our dogs and training them. And so your CNI dogs have special permission. They fall under a special program.
Maddie, do you use toys as training tools?
We do. Toys are good motivators, and we use smaller ones because we're out in the field with them. But toys are excellent motivators, and we try to use what the dog likes naturally. Some dogs are more in tune with toys, and there's all kinds. I have a Kong that I use. There's different toys that you can use to reward your dog. Some dogs are more food motivated, some are more toy motivated, but toys work really well.
How did you end up with Dixie?
Actually, it's a very interesting story because I was asked to help pick out a new puppy for a gentleman that I had done 12 years ago. And I couldn't go with him to where he needed to look at these puppies. And so he said, I'll bring the video and show you the next day. And so he came up and he showed us 2 yellow labs, 2 yellow puppies, and 2 black puppies. And so I said, oh, there's a yellow lab puppy there that's just beautiful. I would pick her. She has the get up and go and everything for that, as she does now. And so it was that next day that we lost Willow. And so he called me up. He was just so saddened by that all. And he called me up and he said, I have called the breeder and there's a puppy waiting for you when you're ready. We went down there and on the lawn were 2 little yellow puppies, and she was one of them. And she was the one, and you'll notice she has a black dot on her ear.
She does.
It's called a Miss Mark, and that's how she came. And so she's a special gift to us.
Yes. Thank you so much for everything you do.
Well, thank you.
When we come back, our resident vet, Dr. Andy Walker, is in, and he's ready to see us.